something like that. And it's like, oh snap. So yeah, it could be like, I could have better, or it could be a better plan. I'm not in agreement with this plan. And I'm very careful. I ain't the type of person that's just gonna be disobedient and rebel and just jump off regardless of what he told me. Like, I may at least discuss it with him first and be like, I really don't want to do this. To give him room to like change it if he wants to. But just to disobey, nah. Until the Lord releases you from whatever that is, it's still his will. And remember who you are, remember who he is, basically. So I don't play them kind of games. I'm scared of him personally. Like, I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'll be that daughter in the corner just kind of pouting and fussing in the classroom, before I just leave the classroom and don't care what he had to say about it. Like, nah. I haven't even experienced any personal butt whooping from it. I'm afraid of it already. I just don't. No. No, 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 you don't do that. So that's basically it. The video was just about God's foreknowledge and his experience with what he already knew you're gonna do, or what they were gonna do. So even like sharing this, my heart just feels challenged to obey the Lord. Fear mostly, definitely fear of the Lord. And if there's something you're not comfortable with, I would advise you to like talk with him about it, go over it with him first, and pour out your heart about the situation before you just try to run off and do something. Like, nah, because you don't know. Your disobedience can cost somebody their deliverance. Your disobedience can cause somebody it's just never a good thing. Because when the Lord ordains something, whether it's relationships or something else, he's always doing like 20 other things with that one thing. But he may not reveal that to you. He may not reveal to you what all the other additional layers are and the purpose that you serve in this whole entire fabric. So if you just leave, you didn't even know you were supposed to help that person get delivered, or there was only something that you could give to this person or to this group of people that they probably couldn't get somewhere else. And if the Lord does send a replacement, it may be delayed, so you don't play with stuff. There's a lot of people that are rebellious against God, and you screw up so much stuff in the kingdom. And it's like when God finally puts his hand down on you, you want to wonder why all this stuff is happening to you. What the heck you mean? You had one assignment and you chose not to listen to it. I didn't have to tell you everything I was planning to use with that. I just told you what you were supposed to do, and you didn't do it. Now you done screwed up the whole schedule for everybody, acting crazy because you thought it was something small when it was actually something very, very big. You don't do stuff like that. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. Some stuff like that, the Lord will kill you over stuff like that. If somebody's life was really dependent on that relationship or that divine appointment or their salvation in some way, it's just so much stuff that can be connected. It's like God just has a huge puzzle, and you were that one piece that played a certain part. And if that just gets like, destroyed, or you just decide to leave, it's gonna mess up everything. It's not that God doesn't have backup reinforcements so that he can't send replacements, but some stuff can be delayed, and maybe he wanted to do it at this time. You screwed it up for everybody. It's a lot of stuff that gets falling back and because of one person's disobedience. And when you look at it from that perspective, which is the reality of how things work in the kingdom, you can understand why God hates disobedience. Because when I tell you to do something, it's for a bigger purpose. I don't always have to share with you what that is. I don't have to do that. That's something your parents would always tell you when you were younger. You ask questions. Don't ask me why, just do it because I told you to do it, And sometimes, honestly, it really is just that simple. I mean, the Lord can highlight and give you revelation of one of his, scriptures in the word to bring more understanding to you, but he doesn't have to. Sometimes it's just as simple as, it's a commandment, just do it. As that's where the trust comes in. Even if I don't understand it, I'm just going to do it because God told me to. You never know, there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. He may pull you out that situation once he saw your obedience. Like, she's actually going to go through with this. Like, okay, I was just testing you. Like, I'll pull it out. You ain't going to marry him. Or something like that. So what helps me is like, there's always that temptation of that selfishness with it, like really not trusting, or not really not trusting. That's a part of it. but just not being in favor. Because if you're not in favor of God's revealed will for you, then you don't trust him. Because if you trust that everything that God gives you and what he has for you is his best, then you wouldn't try to go in a different direction in the first place. So that's evidence of somebody that doesn't really know or trust him. If you tell me that I am the way, the truth, and the life, and the other way is destruction, and you still refuse me, something's wrong up here. Okay? You either want to commit self-suicide. That was so stupid, Brandy. You just said self-suicide. Self-suicide. Like, is there any other kind of suicide? I'm sorry. You guys don't ever commit self-suicide, okay? Any other suicide is fine. Just not self-suicide. Anyway. Yeah, so it's just evident to somebody who's not really smart. You're not really, I don't think you get it, you know. You do know that this is my will, and if you refuse it or do something else, whatever that else is not my best. You do understand this. You do understand that there are consequences and repercussions for this, okay? Don't do that, okay? So even if all else fails and you don't personally agree with it, oh my God, I'm ministering to myself right now. I needed to do this video. He does this all the time. I'm going to like rewatch it. A big part of it is just trusting the Lord when walking in the darkness by faith. And sometimes the darkness could just be your ignorance of like why he did this, why he put this together, like what the heck is going on. Regardless of what you feel and what you do and don't want to do, because the Lord wants you to do it, that should be enough. Okay? And sometimes there will be like that cloud of darkness of ignorance and just, you know, that realm of just the unknown. And sometimes the Lord will do that purposely because he just wants to see, is she going to listen anyway? You don't know what blessing could be attached to that. You really don't. You hate it so much. You don't want to do it. You don't want to be a part of it. But if you stick this out and you obey the Lord anyway, you just never know what blessing could be on the other side. And he will purposely not show you that blessing because he wants to test your heart first. If you walk away from that and you know that this is the will of the Lord, you will lose out on something big and you're going to feel so stupid. I promise you, no, I'm sorry, don't promise. I assure you, you will feel like the stupidest, dumbest Christian after making that act of disobedience and walking away from what you knew the will of the Lord was, because you're going to see that's what I was supposed to be a part of, and I blew it because I couldn't see all that. I just saw this. I just knew that this was his will. I didn't want to do this. That was enough for me, and I walked away. I wouldn't play that kind of game of chance, all right? Especially when you're dealing with a God who can do practically anything to you. I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. So when all else fails, just trust him, even if you don't understand it, the situation, the relationship, and do it to make your Father happy. And then maybe later on, once he sees that you actually have a faithful and obedient heart, he'll open up why he did all those things. And I've experienced that already, but now that I know that's how he operates, that obviously would apply to future things as well. So yeah, so just obey the Lord and walk by faith blindly. He doesn't have to tell you everything right now. Just listen to him and just trust him. You don't know what could be on the other side, okay? Don't do it. Do not do it. There's never any room or excuse for disobedience. It is against the Christian creed. You just don't disobey God. You just don't do it. You don't do it. I know we're really comfortable doing it, but if you want to know like what this will look like in a really animated version in the kingdom, you could hear a pin drop with all the millions of people in the kingdom, and everybody just go, you know, like, you disobey the Lord. That's how you should see it. Every time you're tempted to disobey God, you should see it that way. It's just not something. It is something that shall not be named. Like, it is what is that word? It is forbidden. It is forbidden. Rebellion is forbidden. It should not be named among you. Don't even let it be in you to think to disobey God. Don't do it. I encourage you today through this video, please don't do it, because I want you to be blessed. And I don't want you to be smited by lightning and thunder and hailstones. because he may do that too. But more than the Lord wants you to be blessed, and you may be a part of that puzzle that's going to bless a whole bunch of other people. Can you imagine if Abraham was like, nah, find somebody else. I don't want to do it. Really? So just screw my salvation. It's like, forget me. Like, you don't do that. Everybody who rebelled against the Lord and the Word, it didn't really turn out too well for them, you guys. So just learn from Saul. Learn from all the Sauls. Don't Cain, all of them. It does not end well. And you don't want to screw it up for everybody else. Because then once you get to hell, everybody's going to make fun of you. And it's just like you're already in hell. Like, how much worse could it get? It gets worse because you're going to be teased forever. I mean, imagine what Judas is going through right now. I feel sorry for the guy, but it's like, you chose that. You shouldn't have done that. You should not have done that. Just don't be that person. Just don't be that person. Oh, I can feel it. Oh, the conviction is good. But anyway, that's it. That's all I had to say. Is there anything else I wanted to share with y'all? I was thinking about, I don't even know where to start. I was thinking about writing a dream interpretations guideline book and just creating a little pamphlet to sell somehow. And of course, because freely you have received, freely you give, it will be free through an ebook. But I would like to sell it for those of you who have a personal preference of paperback, like most ministries do. Some people, which I already kind of shared most of it via video, so you already have it free through video. So somebody just, you may have a different preference. Like, maybe you like to sit and listen to like 3-hour long videos. Maybe you like to read paperback books to highlight. Maybe you don't mind downloading an ebook version. So I noticed that I already have the little packet. As I interpret my dreams, I learn new things that he brings to my attention, and I started creating my own little papers of, dream interpretation guidelines. I was like, he probably wants me to make a book at some point because it's already kind of like a little tiny little book. So I will do that at some point. Not anytime soon. I'm just talking about it. But because I don't even know how all that technical stuff works with getting it printed and how much you have to pay them. I don't even know how all this stuff works. So, but of course I would have it as an ebook for free. It's already in my videos. So basically you would only be paying for it if you wanted to bless me. To give like a little donation or something. I don't know. But what else? Another thing I wanted to do, y'all. I'm not saying all of this will be anytime soon, but it was a thought. My books that I've been reading, like this one, for example, that I shared with y'all, Deliverance from Demonic Covenants and Curses. Wonderful books like this. Huge book. This book is awesome. Unbroken Curses by Rebecca Brown, who is the author of He Came to Set the Captives Free and Prepare for War. Freaking awesome books. I think I read one of them on here. I have a playlist of like book readings. I read the whole book with y'all. I was thinking about going through the books from the beginning to end and everything that they covered. I was going to write a prayer to cover everything, and then I was going to share it with y'all. I know. I know. You're welcome. I really was thinking about doing that because they cover so much stuff. I'm just like, the book, the purpose in the book is that the knowledge is there, but I would love to turn it into like an intercessory, like warfare prayer. Everything that they told us, I'm going to kind of interweave that into there and make a video out of it. It may be a prayer book at some point covering all that same information. So like, not only are you like reading the book and learning about all this crazy stuff, but you have the prayer alongside it to take care of it. Bam. Destroy all your witchcraft tendencies. Okay? So, and that's just something I like to do as a hobby. I really do think the Lord is going to have me as a writer because I do stuff like that for fun. Like, I love stuff like that. It's a huge hobby for me. So, yep, I'm going to do that. Tons of prayers about to come out, all this stuff in these books. And over time, maybe it'll become a prayer book in 2 years. I don't know how long something like that would take. Because I multitask with like 6 different things. So, and I'm easily distracted. But that is all, saints. I hope that you enjoyed the little nuggets, the upcoming books and videos. I still plan on doing some dream interpretation guideline videos, but I'm going to do it when I get back home. because I just can't focus like that for some. Not when it comes to my dreams. Like I'm not in like in my comfort zone. I gotta be at my desk, like zoned in. Like just can't do it here for some reason. I've been partying, been having so much fun, breaking windows, pillaging houses, stealing food from grocery stores, knocking everything down the aisles. You know, Christian stuff, all those crazy things. So, but I just can't focus on my dreams like that right now. So I'm gonna have to wait until I get home to do those videos for y'all. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna be here for like another 3 weeks, so it ain't gonna be no time soon. But that's all, saints. If you like the video, drop a like. I actually was gonna start asking y'all to do that anyway, because I think that when you like or dislike videos, it kind of affects like the algorithm, if that's the right word. Like whether it's popular enough to get more views or to pop up in other people's like recommended. So if you like the video, just like it. And maybe according to the likes, other Christians in the other world, in internet land, will see the video. Like, oh, who's this girl with the big freaking glasses? Like, she looks like Liberty from Degrassi. Let me watch the video. So, yeah, if you like the video, just like it. And if you dislike it, you're a jerk. I'm gonna pray for you. How dare you dislike my video? Do not dislike my video. But that's it, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless.